Well, hello friends. It's been a minute and my eczema is raging, so don't worry about that. It's eczema. If you have eczema, it sucks. You know what it's like. It's cold, it's dry. Anyway, I have been working on a project I invented to use up air dry clay. Naturally, the most autistic and weird use of that I could think of was to make teeny tiny coral reefs. Look at how little it is. Can you see it? Kind of. Anyway, thought that would be a good idea. So now there are like 50 of them. Made them in all varying types of rock. Some of them have little caves. And I have a bunch of little miniature sea creatures. All very normal things to do to use up this. I got a variety pack of this and I can't let it go. So now we're making little foam corals. Yep. That's where it's taken us. And my doorbell rang, so I'm gonna go see what the hell that is. It was the Mormons. I scared them away. Little do they know that my mom comes from the fundiest of the fundy Mormons, and I will scare the bejesus out of them with my knowledge of that religion. So they're gone now. Anyway, back to the tiny reefs, which is a much nicer thing to think about than me yelling at people at my door. There's a sign. It's fine. It's a new year. We're moving on. We're going to finish some reefs. You're going to see how many there are in a second. I used up all the rock-colored clay, or clays that could be turned into the color of rocks by mixing it and turning everything an orangey brown. That's where we're at. Anyway, and then I plucked, these are acorn caps, by the way. I'm using them as bowls. I plucked all the little pink flowers out of the landscape foam from my dioramas. So this has gotten out of hand, per usual. I'm also weaving and doing a bunch of other stuff, but for some reason these just driving me to the brink of my literal sanity, and they have to go first. And so they shall. So let's begin. Oh, I didn't even, well, I'll show you later all of the tiny miniature sponges I already painted before I had a plan for this. In fact, there's also crabs. And we get to paint them. This was to use up clay. It wasn't for fun, and it wasn't for my miniature painting, and I just want to clarify that. All right, let's begin. All right, we're back. Sorry you have to hear the washer. This is a working house. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, I'm probably going to just switch over to speed because I'm also trying to record shorts as I do this. It's going terribly. I'm doing a terrible job at social media managing myself this year, and we're just all going to have to accept that. Anyway, I'm going to just put the speed thing on, and then I'm going to coral these little boogers up. I guess I better go get the other corals to make sure I'm not over coraling in a less realistic looking coral. Son of a flipper. All right, I'll go get those. Into my drawer of painted miniatures. Is there an entire drawer set that's full of all the other ones that aren't painted? Yes. I don't wish to discuss it. All right, so we have these large sponges. They say coral, but if there's a hole in the end, it's a sponge. So if you want it to be a coral and not a sponge, you need to put not holes in the ends. Again, sorry for the sounds of my washer. We have more sponges that aren't corals. We have seaweeds. Cute. We have this big old anemone. Took forever to paint the little tips on that friend. Won't use a bad word. We have the purple anemone friends here going. Yep. Purple with orange tips. Very classic to the Pacific. We have a couple, oh my god, bannerfish in there. Those were a hoot to paint, let me tell you. And then in here we have some mixed koi fish and some tomato frogs that I don't remember why I needed them. But also a couple of our reef fishes are in here. We've got like an Atlantic angel and then some kind of, I don't know, we're going to call that some kind of wrasse or a perch. It wasn't labeled, and it's 4 millimeters big, so we're going to call it what we like. All right, let's speed up and start. Oh my god, how am I going to decide what goes where now? Please hold. Why are some of you shiny and some of you are matte? Obviously, I did a very good job on that. All right, are you going to look weird if I stick you next to these? No. But I do maybe think I need to stick the plastic ones on first and then add. Oh, Lord. Why do I make things so hard for myself? All right, anyway, well, we're going to start this. I'm going to put it on the speeds because you don't need to hear me vacillate back and forth over this. Well, all right, we did it. We have I think there's 42. It's fine. And I mean, there's 4 more of the weird deep sea ones that the crabs go in. I'm not even going to address that. We got to make some corals for that. I'll do that in another minute. It's been a few days. This took much longer than I thought it would because you wouldn't believe how much room is on a tiny thumb-sized rock. You could just stick corals on there for literally a week, which is what I did, as it turns out. I'm gonna also stick some like little foams onto this decorator crab who's wearing a clam on his head. I want to decorate his hat a little. So I have these guys left and the decorator crab to zhuzh up. But otherwise, I just kind of made some generic like reef crabs with like a blue crab. We have some, I mean, technically they're orthoceras, they're not ammonites because ammonites don't have shells like that. So, I mean, technically it's an orthoceras. It's going to live in the deep sea, long story short. We have some little fishes that can swim in and out of caves, like this one. Oh, look. Look, they get it out. So cute. Okay, so we have those. And I gotta try and focus on the ones that don't already have one 3D printed item on there. My little crabs. That's like the tiniest snail God ever made. Anyway, so we gotta put our little friends on, and then I've gotta finish these guys, but then we'll take a look. I've been repeatedly as I go taking a spare glass and making sure that it will still basically slide over the top, which it will. And they're looking really good in there, to be perfectly honest. I got them up close enough to the edge that the round glass isn't distorting it and making it bow out anywhere. So very happy with that. But I've been checking all of them as I go and like slowly sliding the glass to be very sure. I might have to take some foam out of that one to make sure they all fit. Debating on whether or not I should make teeny tiny hand-hammered brass tags with their number on them. I probably shouldn't. That seems like I've already gone overboard at this point. We've been doing this for 4 days. Alright, let's glue some fish. And crabs and snails. There's 42. Oh, Lord. And at least this one, and this one. Excuse me, cat. Please don't. Are all deep sea crabs because they're all spiny and red or light pink, which is the color of the crabs. Deep sea. If you're hearing thundering, that's the cat who is running around and being rude. Anyway, let's get started. And then we will be done with this. Hooray! Well, friends, we did it. And I either miscounted or I carried one of these off because I can't find number 46, but that's okay. We're going to ignore that for now. And because it's very hard to see them when they're going by so quickly, I'm going to show you a few in regular speed. Look at the little gentleman. Look at him on his little rock. So cute. Let me get a little bit of light closer here. So we have our little corals. It'll be much harder to see everyone once we put the glass on. So I'm trying to make sure you got a good look at them. Let's see, we have our decorator crab. He is high on my list of faves. He's super cute. Being up there decorating. Crabbing, as it were. Focus, please. We can't admire the crab's decorations. So there is those little decorations on. We also have some of our fish friends swimming past an anemone that took an unholy amount of time to paint. We have some banner fish looking super cute. More fish. We have like a little perching goby. That's actually almost the size that they are in real life, believe it or not. We also have like this cherry little gent sitting on a rock. So cute. Oh God, sorry. So cute. And then we also, like this little guy, he'll fight you. He's a fighter. Look at him. Look at him being so sassy. So cute. Anyway, we also have some yellow-eyed blue reef crabs. Very fun. We have our little deep sea spiky buddies. So cute. We have some that just have like one little tiny pet. They have a little tiny seahorse sitting there. Or they have a snail. I'm very into the snails. The snails are quite good. Very much here for a snail. I'm pretty darn happy with how these came out. Did I use up all the clay? Darn near, but no. Sadly. It's fine. We'll all live. We have our little Orthoceras / ammonite in a dark manganese-based ocean. We have another one zooming around, presumably in a reef, which is not usually where they would live, but we'll assume that's an ancient ocean. And then we have this little bivalve, a clam with a pearl in it, which is not really a thing. Clams can make pearls, but it's not quite the same. I think the last thing I do will be to like glue this little big-eyed squirrel fish into the hole because they like to sleep under overhangs. So I might add him because he just only has a clam that's not realistic, and I can't live with that. Who else do we have? We have some that just have like a starfish, but like a really fancy anemone that took too long to make or paint. We have some where like the little angelfish is grazing. So cute. You gotta love a, like here, look how cute he is. He's so little. And then we have just like kind of less dramatic ones where you just get a snail. Everybody likes a snail. If you don't like a snail, I am sorry. And I don't know, we just have like lots of little crabby friends. Just little all sorts of little pals. I definitely snaffling / raffling off several of these because they've now taken so long that there is no literal feasible way to sell them, because I would have to sell them for $3,000 each because they took a really long time, like 4 days now. We're going on 4 days. Look at this guy. This is my favorite one. I really like this one with like little skipjack. He's super cute. Anyway, they took so long that I can't ever sell them, so they are now priceless, and you will all get them as gifts for the next 5 to 12 years. Enjoy your reefs to all my friends, because that's what you're getting. Surprise! Anyway, super happy with these. I am just gonna glue their glass on, and we'll be done. I'll try to take some beauty shots at the end, but in general, I'm pretty happy with all the little kiddos. Look at them. Little reef buddies. So cute. Alright, let's do the glass. And the show will have been done and on the road, and it's done. Alright, let's mix up some glue.